Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Mike Borowski Group Market Minute. We are
Hello.
in our 18th week of 2021, and Hugo wanted to say hi again.
Hugo wants to be in the video.
So curious as to what we're doing.
For people that don't know, Hugo just turned 6 months old a couple weeks ago, and he weighs over 70 pounds already.
Oh
So
my.
he's a big boy.
You are.
Okay, well, hi, I'm Mike Borowski. Hugo. I'm Mike Borowski of the Mike Borowski Group of Homestead Realty. And just want to remind all of you, most of you have probably been noticing the uptick in listings that we have been taking on. I can tell you that a lot of our clients are getting phenomenal service, getting top dollar while saving a ton of money when compared to a run-of-the-mill 6% real estate agent. So just want to remind you guys, please reach out. I took 4 listings on last week, all of them under contract. This week we'll have 2. I have a bunch of listing appointments going into the weekend here. So hopefully we'll have another 3 or 4 more next week.
That'll be excellent.
By the way, investors, I have 2 potential listings coming up in South Milwaukee. One is a 4-family and one is a duplex that's a 3-3. So please reach out if you guys are interested in advance so I can make note. Okay, so let's talk about recent successes. So I had 2 closings this week, this past Monday, right?
Yep.
820 Monroe Ave in South Milwaukee. The property was listed, was it 215 exactly?
Yes.
Okay, it was listed at 215,000 exactly. We got the accepted offer at $235,000. The important thing to note with this success story is that we were up against, I believe, 9 other offers, and we were told that we were actually the lowest price, but we had the best terms, which is fairly common when you're working with me. We're always going to be competitive in offer price, but be the best in terms. It's important to note for all of you first-time homebuyers that are looking right now, there are literally no deals to be had. I would say 95% of the time opening weekend. When these listings hit the market, you almost have to take a look at these numbers and plan on budgeting anywhere between 10 to 30 over ask price more times than not. This past weekend, we were lucky on one property where there was a new listing and we got an accepted offer at ask price. Those opportunities are few and far between, but we had to act really, really fast. And that's definitely a success story that we'll talk about when that closes. But
yes,
the second closing that we had was a great one. So it was a buyer that ended up purchasing a property at 2962 Madison Street in Waukesha. It's a beautiful condo. It was listed at $222,800. Believe it or not, my clients got it accepted and closed at $214,400. So we saved our buyers over $8,000. It's $8,400 to be exact. So it's possible in the right situation to still go out there and get deals. This property was on the market for a couple weeks when we got that offer accepted.
And the terms become so important.
They do.
You know, on top of that price.
Yep. We're actually able to get a home inspection done on that property, which is crazy. A lot of people are waiving home inspections. Okay, do you kind of want to share market data that might be interesting to all the buyers that are looking in different jurisdictions?
So I've compiled a few data points here for what houses are listed at versus what they're selling at. So in Milwaukee, if you look, the average list price is $172,005. Now they're selling for about $182,565. That's over $10,000 over asking price in the city of Milwaukee. Wauwatosa, we see a very similar trend. $329,156 is our average list price. But the average sold price is $336,292. That's an over $7,000 over ask. Oppositely, in Franklin, we're seeing list price of $452,513 on average, but they're actually selling and closing out at $390,677. So that's over $61,000 under their asking price. Oak Creek, $381,338 for listing, $314,820 for actual sold. And finally, New Berlin, $408,787 is the average asking price or list price. And they're selling for about $356,518.
So 2 points I'd like to make on this. Clearly, in these popular suburbs that people have high interest in, what we're seeing right now is that there's huge disparities on what the agreed to offer price is and what these homes are actually appraising out for. So it's worth noting that if you're lucky enough to not waive your appraisal, there's a good chance if you do have an appraisal in your offer, it's structured that way, property might not appraise out. I can share a story this weekend where I wrote an offer on a property and my buyers had the ability to waive their appraisal. When we ran comps on this particular property in New Berlin, and again, New Berlin is the hottest area in Wisconsin right now, by far the most interest for any buyer and seller right now is going to always be in that New Berlin, followed by Wauwatosa market. This property comped out in the 300s and they were selling it in the mid 400s. And we had the ability to cover the appraisal difference, but the gap between what the seller actually wanted and what the comps were showing was almost $100,000 in disparity. So we felt it was very risky to waive our appraisal, even though we had close to 30% down. We could have definitely done that. Ultimately, I believe there were 19 offers on that property and the seller selected one. My guess is that property likely had a buyer who was offering cash or likely waived the appraisal. So you got to be very strategic when structuring offers on certain properties. And you have to really watch yourself in certain suburbs because if you're wanting to be in New Berlin or Wauwatosa because of the school districts and their great communities, you're definitely going to have to pay for it. But you have to be careful with the prices. Sellers are basically naming prices right now and they're getting it. They're not appraising out, however. That's why if you have the ability to waive your appraisal, sellers are going to almost look at your offer, throw it at the top of the pile.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yep. We've certainly seen that time and time again in this market.
Yeah. So we had a lot of accepted offers this last week with the Mike Borowski group. It was a busy weekend and it looks like it's already busy. My phone's already ringing off the hook for appointments. You know, today was supposed to be my day where I was in the office and it looks like my afternoon's completely booked now. So remember, reach out to me, Mike Borowski, or anyone on my team if you guys are wanting to buy or sell real estate. I think that's it for today, right?
I think so. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a good one. See ya.